Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to your very own BYJU'S 6th, 7th and 8th grade channel. I'm your very own teacher Aishwarya and today I am here to not teach you anything but rather I'm here to discuss a few things which for a very long time a lot of my students were asking me. That is, ma'am, how can I become a better leader? How can I build my leadership skills? So today I am here to give you some 5 very simple things you can do sitting at home, sitting in school, how you can incorporate some skills that will make you a better leader of tomorrow. And trust me, in my pool of students that I see every day, and I'm sure that if you are someone who's watching this particular video much later after the live stream, let me tell you one thing. There's a very popular saying which says leaders are born, okay? But to be honest, it's not that leaders are born. Leaders are made. There is a lot of talent and scope in some people which makes us say that maybe leaders are born. But let me tell you that with hard work, sincerity, understanding what is the kind of skills that you need to put up, you can become a leader. Each and every one of you here are leaders today and I welcome all of you to my beautiful class. So good evening everybody, good evening. And before I get started, I hope that my audio, my video and my screen and what I'm writing on the screen is visible to all of you. If it is, give me a quick thumbs up in the chat to let me know that we are good to go. And can we please increase the font size of the comments a little bit? Yes. Now this particular class is going to be important for all my students out there. So everybody, very quickly, if you find that what we do here at BYJU'S 6th, 7th, 8th very helpful, hit the like button on this video. If you are a new subscriber and if you do not know me and maybe this is the first video that you are encountering, I welcome you. My name is Aishwarya and I teach biology, also helping you out with some social sciences also. But of course, at the end of the day, I am here to mentor all of you. And I'm here to make sure that you are the future of tomorrow. And I want you to be well equipped for the future that is there. Yes? So good evening to everyone here. And I'm not going to take too much time. 20 minutes maximum and then we're going to wind up today's class, right? Hello Suhana, Sakshi, Pramod. I can see a lot of new students, old students. Shout out to whoever is giving me shout outs. Very good, very good. Okay. So very quickly students, I'm going to tell you what I will be doing today, right? So what are we going to be looking at in today's class? So first and foremost, we're going to get a basic idea of what do we mean by leadership. What do we mean by a leader, right? Who is a leader? We're going to understand that, not by me telling you, but rather what you understand by what is a leader, and then I will tell you. Yes? Then we'll have an understanding of, see, if we know what is a leader, that leader should have some quality, right? So if I say that there is an actor, we know that an actor must be able to act or emote his emotions, right? Show his emotions, show different feelings, convey a story. We know that an actor should have a skills. Similarly, a teacher should have certain skills. I must be able to make things easy for you so that you will be able to learn. So similarly, what are the qualities a leader should be having? We will learn that. And last but not the least, right? How many of you want to be leaders of tomorrow? Yes, very quickly in the live chat. And students, if you're watching this video later, how many of you want to be a leader? If you want to be a leader, I want you to say yes. Not in just like, yes, ma'am. No, yes, I want to be a leader. Do this activity with me right now. Yes, say that I will be a leader. It's okay. You want to be a big CEO of your own company, go be that CEO, right? And you have that potential right now. And this is the best time to utilize it, which is why I will help you with that, right? We are going to be doing this step by step. And I can see a lot of you are saying, ma'am, I will be a leader. Yes, that is all that I want from all of you. Very good, all of you. Very good. I'm super proud of all of you. So let's get started with understanding about what do we mean by this whole thing of leaders and leadership. So now, before I tell you what is it, when I say leader, who's the first person who comes to your mind? You tell me. When I say leader, who is the first person who comes to your mind? Can you tell me in the live chat? And for students watching this later, you tell me out loud, right? Who's the first person that pops up in your mind? Okay, some of you are saying Narendra Modi. Okay, then I can see some of you are saying mom. All right, Mahatma Gandhi, Prime Minister. Okay, ma'am, it's me who comes into my mind. Very good. Love that self-confidence. Parents are our leaders. Okay. Papa, okay, very good. Abdul Kalam ji, very good. Yes. I can see a lot of Netaji's, President, fine. I can see a lot of names coming that way. Rani Lakshmi Bhai, okay. Somebody said, ma'am, you, ma'am. Oh, how sweet. But a lot of you have picked up some famous personalities, right? So when we talk about leaders, these are some eminent leaders. And here, as you have all told me, you know, famous prime ministers, not just our current Prime Minister Modi ji, but also famous prime ministers from the past, famous presidents from the past, some eminent personalities like Mother Teresa, Dalai Lama, right? And gurus, right? Our own teachers. Some of you are saying all of us teachers also. That's very inspiring. Our grandparents, our parents. Now, in all these cases, the examples that you took me, right? In this particular case, if you look at these examples, who is a leader? Who is this leader? Why is it that we are calling these people as our leaders? Can you guess? Why are we saying that this XYZ person, whether it be our parents, teachers, eminent personalities, why are we saying that they are a leader? Can you tell me? They guide us. Okay, yes, Pranishi, yes. They guide us. Very good. That's a very, very important word. They are guiding. What else? They lead us. Okay, I'm seeing some keywords. They are leading us. They have self-confidence. That means that they are confident about the decisions that they are making, right? So we see that they are very confident about the decisions that they are making. They support us. Okay, some important words coming my way. They support us. They have some qualities. They are role models. Very good. They are role models. That means we look up to them. Something about them draws us towards them, right? We feel like, Arey wah, they are doing something and I'm so inspired. I like what they do. I want to be like them. They encourage you for being who you are. So a leader has multiple things, right? So what is a leader? A leader is somebody who can see how things can be improved, right? So when I say they guide you, support you, lead you, it means that they believe in what you do. Whether it's our parents, right? For most of us, our parents are our role models. Our parents are our leaders. Why? Because our parents are able to see a lot of things that sometimes we don't see in ourselves. And they're able to help us become better people. Or I would say that they help us contribute better. Now, I'm using a very heavy word which says contribute, right? Because contribute means that I do provide my share of it, right? I provide my share of work, whether it is in terms of the betterment of the society or it is in the betterment of, for an individual, whatever it may be. But it brings out the best in me, right? You all suggest that a leader, and I will say a true leader, yes? How many of you agree with me that a true leader brings out the best in us? Yes or no? How many of you feel that way? Yes? How many of you feel a true leader brings out the best in me? I am able to become myself. I am able to do whatever I want because the person who's in front of me, right? And it's because of this leader who I have. So, what is it that they have in them that is making them so good at being a leader? Yes, a lot of you have used some keywords. So first and foremost, leaders are some people who never give up on learning. If you see a true leader, no, they will never say that I have everything in me. If you talk about, Abdul Kalam ji, Narendra Modi ji, or if you look at Mother Teresa, anybody, yes, they are the, famous personalities who are there whose names I'm going to take. But if you look at your own parents or any person you look up to as a leader, they will never ever stop growing. That means that they will never say that I know everything. But rather, they will say, I need to become better. Why? Because there are so many people who are dependent on me. I should be good enough for them. So I can never say that I am already the best. I have miles to go before I become the best. So they never stop growing and developing. They have a very proactive attitude. Now, what do you understand by proactive attitude? Can you tell me? Yes? What do you all understand by proactive attitude? Yes? How many of you can tell me what is this pro and active? Just split the word and you will understand. Positive attitude, okay. Learning never. Enthusiastic, yes. Some of you are saying, Mom, I don't know. It's okay, it's okay. If you don't know, you've learned a new word, right? You've learned a new word which is to be very proactive. See, proactive means to be enthusiastic, like how Baby's World is telling me. Now, proactive is when you are not you take, for example, I'll give you an example, you'll understand better. You imagine your teacher comes into class, okay? And the teacher says that, I need a volunteer to collect everybody's notebooks and submit it in my desk. Now, she has not told that Vanshika has to do this, Manoj has to do this, or Sakshi has to do this. She just said that there should be a volunteer. Anybody can do it. Now, how many of you will be like, ma'am, I don't want to do, right? Some of you might be laid back and will be like, arey, somebody else will come. But there will be this one excited kid who will say, Mommy, I'll do, right? Immediately volunteering for it. So, that is what you understand by proactive. That means is enthusiastic to take initiative, wants to do some things. Yes? So, that is exactly what we mean by as a proactive attitude. And they're very approachable. You can go and talk to them. It's not like, you feel like, normally when you look at leaders, they're very polite to people around them. They want to be approachable. Yes? And they do what others are, they do what they're expected, they do what they expect others to do. Yes. Which means they don't, there are these two kinds of people, I would say. There are bossy people. You've heard the word bossy, right? How many of you have heard this word bossy, this word? Yes, any of you have heard this word bossy? Yes? We use it in a very negative connotation, I would say, right? It's a word which we use in negative connotation. Ansh, it's okay, bacha, you don't need to spam. It's okay, no problem. Yes. And see, a lot of you are already telling me, ma'am, bossy people are rude. No, I'll not say that. See, what happens is that in the case of people who have this kind of tendency, what they do is it's a one-way thing. They will be like, do this, do this, do this, do this, right? They will not do it themselves. But leaders who are there will show you by example, right? They will do it and show, and they will say, see, this is what you need to do. For example, when you talk about, say, Abdul Kalam, right? When he talks about importance of education, when he talks about how he's, his inspiring stories, when we listen to them, why are we inspired? Is it because he's just sitting there and telling stories? No. There's a lot that he has done already, and if you think about it, he's done it. He's shown us how you have to work hard, right? He has shown us how we need to work hard, and then he set an example so that we act or we do that way. So do you understand what is the difference? Yes? See, lot of negative connotation can come with the word bossy, but it's not always the case. Okay, please understand that. It's sometimes maybe people don't know how to manage it. See, some people are really good leaders, but what happens is that they don't know how to manage their leadership skills, which is why sometimes they tend to, be authoritative. But it does not come from a place of bad space, right? It's not because they want to be that way. Maybe they don't know how to go about it. It's as simple as that. And then, of course, they are students for a lifetime. They never stop being students, right? They never ever stop being students. They are always making sure that they are learning from everybody around us, right? Yes. Okay. So we know what leaders should have, what kind of skills leaders should have. Okay. Now that we know, how many of you feel like, ma'am, out of 5-6 skills that you told me, I have maybe 1 or 2 skills. How many of you feel like, ma'am, I understood this, or I feel like I have some skills? Yes? Gajla and Kiran, what are the parts you did not understand, bacha? You tell me. Yes? You tell me what is it that you did not understand. I'll help you out. Okay. Yes. Okay. Alright. Many of you are like, ma'am, I have all of them very good. Or ma'am, I have some of them. Yes. So then, how can I improve my leadership skills? Yes. So what can I do to improve my leadership skills? So now, going back, some of you who've not understand what is a proactive attitude. A proactive attitude is nothing but to be more enthusiastic in class, making sure that you raise your hand, you go be a more of a volunteer, right? So that is what we mean by enthusiastic, okay? So now let's understand what we can do to improve our skills. Okay, so now you told me, ma'am, I have to do the, leaders are this, leaders are that. But what should I do, right? How is it that I can become a better leader of tomorrow? Yes? First and foremost, many of you, right? I can see like Shraddha and many others are saying, ma'am, lot of people are saying, I have leadership skills, right? Lot of you are saying, I have leadership skills. But how is it that I have to become a better leader for tomorrow? Tomorrow, if I want to improve my leadership skills, what should I do? Step number 1, give yourselves opportunities to practice, right? So when I say give yourself opportunities for practice, I want to ask you all, how many of you volunteer? Yes, volunteer at school, maybe to say thought for the day in the assembly, right? So if you have thought for the day in the assembly and they ask you for a volunteer, how many of you say, ma'am, yes, I will do it this time? Or if there are cases where, for example, like I gave you the example, right? If your teacher asks for a volunteer to carry the notebooks to class, or become the board leader where you have to dust the board, erase the board, maintain the board, right? Or become the cupboard leader. Yes, because these are things which volunteers are asked for, right? Be very honest. How many of you honestly volunteer for this? Or it could be some extracurricular activity also. Maybe you are not a dancer, okay? You are not a dancer, but curricular, sorry, I'm just focusing on the spelling. But yeah, they are not a dancer, but they want, annual days happening. They want everybody to dance, right? So how many of you actually volunteer for that? Even when you know that, ma'am, I don't think I can do this, but still I will go do it. Be honest with me. Yes, I can see band leader. What is opportunity? Chance to do something, right? Okay. Yes, Ansh, but it's okay. You come live later and watch it. I'll not be able to end the live right now. Assembly 1. See, a lot of you here are saying that you go and you volunteer for all of this, right? If you volunteer, what you are actually doing is you're giving yourself a chance to practice, right? Opportunity is nothing but the chance to become a leader, because right now what you are doing is you are taking some responsibility, right? Whether it is to say thought for the day in the assembly, whether it is to be the board leader, making sure that the board is erased after the teacher is done, or if you want to become the cupboard leader and make sure that whatever is in the cupboard stays in the cupboard. This is some responsibility that you are taking. So starting from school, what you can do is take up small responsibilities, right? So small responsibilities you can take up. If you want to be class leader also, and if you feel like, ma'am, I don't think I will be a good class leader, it's okay. Go for it. Because what will happen is when you become a class leader, suddenly you will realize that you are responsible for your classmates, right? You are responsible for your classmates, making sure that they sit quiet in class, right? If your teacher needs a list of names, then you need to do. So now you have a lot of responsibility that you have to take up. So these are ways in which you can give yourself an opportunity to improve your leadership skills right from school. Because trust me, when you give yourself these leadership opportunities, you will become more confident, right? You will be more confident about yourselves. And it's not like the minute you become the leader, you will become perfect. Are we all perfect? Yes or no? Are we perfect people that whatever we touch and do, we will be perfect? Yes? Are we going to be perfect? No, we are not going to be perfect. But we need to learn from our mistakes, right? We have to learn from our mistakes. So tomorrow, see, I am also not perfect. I make lot of mistakes. Okay, I also make plenty of mistakes day in, day out. There are things with big blunders I do. But at the end of the day, let me tell you one thing. When I say get some honest feedback, it is as simple as tomorrow if you make a mistake, right? If you make a mistake, right, learn from it. Yes? First, you should accept your mistake. Most often than not, we don't accept our mistakes. We'll blame ourselves. Oh, I did so wrong. Oh, it was my fault. Oh, I didn't do this properly. I'm such a bad person. We learn from our mistakes. But what we never do is we don't accept our mistakes, right? So that is something that you need to do. Yes? Accept your mistakes and tell yourself, it's okay, I made a mistake, it's fine. Now what's going to happen? It's all in the past, no? For example, maybe you gave somebody's name, right, in class who was actually quiet, and then now, unfortunately, you thought they were talking, but they were not talking. Now your teacher has said, okay, they have caught that person. Now that was your mistake, right? Now you can't feel bad about it. What is done is done. What should you go do? Apologize to the person and say, I'm sorry, I made that mistake, but I will make sure that from next time I am more careful. So that way, tomorrow, people in your class who are following you as a leader. They will also trust you that, hey, you are also human, you made that mistake, right? So you have to do that. There are going to be times you will make mistakes. So when people give you that feedback, I think you are being too authoritative. Tomorrow, if maybe your teacher says, right, or your elders say, maybe you should not speak this way. Maybe if you want to communicate your ideas to your class, or whether it's you're a school captain and you're going to do this, there is a way of talking to people, right? They are not your subordinates, they are your equals only, yes, but you need to also make them follow you. So on the process, make sure that you do this, right? And most importantly, work on being a better follower, right? Now, this is a common misconception that if there is a leader, right, the leader is always in front, the followers are behind at all times, right? This is a conception we have of a leader. But let me tell you, that is not the case. I told you that they are all equals. Leader is somebody who is going to follow, right? Leader is somebody who is going to guide you, support you. But if you want to be a leader, let me tell you one thing. Tomorrow, someone in your class might have a better suggestion than you, right? If somebody in your class has a better suggestion than you, will you accept what they say or will you reject what they say? Can you tell me, will you accept or will you reject? Yes, Newton's thinking. Please ask me your doubts, right? Please ask me your doubts. Be disciplined, okay. Ma'am, accept. Yes. Because many of you know it's the right thing to do. But how many of you practice this, right? How many of you practice this whole thing? Now, somebody's confused here. So, let me give you an example, okay? Somebody's like, Ma'am, I'm so confused. I don't know what you are saying. Let's assume this is your classroom, okay? This is your classroom, this is where your board is, these are where your friends are sitting, okay? Now, your teacher has come. This is your teacher. And your teacher has told you, collect all the notebooks, right? So, she has said, collect notebooks. And she wants it on her desk. Now, what do? You decide to collect it starting from this row. But somebody in class says, hey, you know what? You can collect it roll number wise, right? So you can collect it roll number wise so that everybody can just come and put it on the table. So now in this case, you had a plan, you had a decision, but somebody here gave you a better idea. Yes? So somebody gave you a better idea, and at this point, because somebody is giving a better idea here, you should not be like, I am the leader, I will do what I want. No. But if someone has a better idea than you, accept that, right? See, you will all be giving me better ideas. Yes? You will give me better ideas. You will give me better examples. You are better. See, you are really amazing students. There are going to be things that I would have not thought about that you thought about. But in this case, if that is the case, it should not be like, I am the teacher, you are the student, you just listen to me. No, I will not be a good leader. Anshpacha, see, I'm teaching in class. I will not be able to take your doubt, right? And when I'm talking in class, like I said, when I am talking to you, I will not be able to take your, chat that is there. But at the same time, I always take your chat also, right? For all of you students to be telling me, ma'am, you are ignoring me, you are bad, you are not seeing my messages. I'm also talking to so many students right now, yes? So here, if you see, I am also taking your comments, but I am also trying to understand, and you are also listening to me. It is a two-way street, which is why in this case, we see that we need to be good followers also, right? Okay. I know. Many students here are saying, Sadhana is also saying, ma'am, you're ignoring me. Prince, I took your doubt only because you said you didn't understand. Now, if this is the case, and if despite me taking your doubts, if you are telling me, ma'am, you are not taking my doubts, you are not listening to me, then at this point, you are missing out on a very important skill of being a leader, right? So that is something that you need to do. Yes? Okay. Now on self-confidence, I will definitely talk about it, right? I am going to talk about it. It's okay to Ansh, Prince and Varnika and everybody who is there. Yes? Now last 2 points. Yes, last 2 points. If you really want to be a leader, right? Yes, you need to be sure your goals are clear, right? Make sure that you have clear goals and you have achievable goals. So if you are a head girl, like how Suhani tells me, or if you are a class leader, if you are a board leader, whatever you are, you should have a goal that I will make sure that I do this today. Even if it is 2 things, even if it is 1 thing. So if I am a class leader, right? So I am a class leader. What will my goal be? Can you tell me? Yes? Ma'am, I don't have any goals. I remain confused. It's okay. It's fine. Right? So now, if you are a class leader, what will be your goal? Can you tell me? Yes? Ansh Bacha, if you keep spamming like this, the moderator is going to again put you in timeout. So kindly, I request you to not spam. Maintaining class, ma'am, okay, band leader, I will treat everybody the same, okay, to keep quiet in class. All right, make sure I clean the board, okay, focus on studies after leadership, to make sure everybody is comfortable, okay, yes. So now, of course, in this particular case, right, so if you are a class leader, like for example, how Vipin tells me, right, so as you all know, right, as you all know, if you are a class leader, you first main goal is to keep yourself quiet, right? So you have to maintain the class and maintain the decorum of the class. So in that way, you see that will be a goal that would be there, right? Or make sure that you know everybody in class is maintained. So that is something that you will have to keep as a goal. Now, of course, one last final tip, right? So far, are you all with me? So far, are you feeling like, ma'am, the skills that you told me, right? So far, the ways in which I can improve my skills are actually doable. How many of you feel like, ma'am, this is doable? It's not very tough. I can do it, right? How many of you feel this way? Ma'am, I can do this. Now, I want you to type in the chat, I can do this. That is what I want you to type. It's one thing to say yes, one thing to say, ma'am, I can actually do it, right? Yes, how many of you will actually do it? They are the ones who will type on the chat, right? Very good, exactly. You all have got this, let me tell you, right? All of you have got the ability to be leaders of tomorrow, and I trust all of you to completely do a good job with it. But it also requires a lot of hard work and effort, right? It's not going to be easy. Now, of course, when I'm making it sound like it may say, ma'am, tomorrow I can start doing whatever you are telling. But to implement things are very hard. But you should never give up, right? Don't ever give up on yourself telling that I don't, ma'am, I don't know if I can do it. Ma'am, after 2 days, ma'am, I've lost motivation. No, you don't give up at any point, because if you give up, it's then you're missing out on what you are really capable of. And all of you are beautifully capable students, right? So don't ever give up. And even the smallest, right? The smallest tasks, whether it is as simple as packing your bag in the end of the day, right? Or making sure that the books are kept at the teacher's table on time, or whether it's as simple as making sure the lights are turned off after the classes are over at the end of the day. Even the smallest of tasks, if you execute it well, then trust me, you have got this. And a very bonus tip, which I will tell you is a secret of most leaders. Yeah? That is work on your listening, right? See, today only I will tell you, in class, I was teaching, right? I was telling you some important pointers, but many students here got distracted in between. Yes? And yes, you are my best student, but now you should not spam, right? Please don't spam, bacha, please. Yes? Now the thing is, how many times I told you, I may do this, I may do that, right? And I was telling you a lot of things, while some of you were maybe, how many of you actually listened to what I said? Because any time when we are talking, whether it's with our elders, whether it's with our friends, whether it's with our younger siblings, when they talk to us, how many of us are intently listening to what they have to say, right? Sometimes we don't. Let me tell you, I'll not say 100% of the time I listen. I'm human. I will accept it. I'm not afraid to be my real version here with all of you. 100% of the time, every single conversation I talk to doesn't mean that I'm always listening. Sometimes I may not listen. Sometimes I might zone out. Sometimes my mind is somewhere else. It happens, okay? It happens. But you should make sure that when you listen and when it is important things, right? Not that your teacher is teaching in class and you're thinking, ah, okay, I'll go home and I'll eat pani puri today. I saw my mother going with some, vada pav and everything. I'll go nicely eat vada pav also. Nice meal I'll have after going back. No. When she's teaching, you need to pay attention. But when you're playing in class or it's lunchtime or whatever it is, it's your break time, then you can wander around thinking, doing whatever it is. But listening to what another person has to say is important. Because tomorrow when you are a leader, imagine you are a CEO of your own big company. Let's assume Ansh has become CEO of some company. His employees are going with problems, telling Ansh, sir, we have this problem, that problem, we need to do this, we need to do that. How can we come up with better solutions if we don't really listen to what is the problem? Will we be able to give better solutions? Yes or no? You tell me. Will I be able to give better solutions if I don't listen to people? Yes? Newton is like, ma'am, should we focus on leadership more than studies or they are as important as studies? See, the skills that I teach you are not things that you need to do extra, right? These are skills in your day-to-day lives that you will be able to do, but you just need to put 5% extra attention. That's all. Right now, whatever skills we teach you, we will teach you to hone it around your academics only so that you will have no problem, right? Yes. You will not be able to come up with better solutions if you don't listen, which is why listening is also important, right? Yes, JS, you can ask me your question. Sakshi, it's okay. Ansh is very, very excited, but does not mean that we say, right? I always tell you, if you're enthusiastic and excited in class, you are all very excited about it. And I know that. I always know that you are all very excited, which is why I never get angry with all of you also. But I do advise all of you to make sure that you're good students, right? Yes, Suhani, very good, very good. Okay? All right. So everybody, with this, whatever doubts you have, quickly go ahead and ask me your doubts because we are done, right? We are done with 5 tips. I told you 5 simple tips you can practice every day, right? Every day in your day-to-day life so that you will understand. JS is like, ma'am, why does our character change in class? See, let me tell you, in class, the kind of character that you maintain, right? I will tell you that sometimes in class, either we tend to become naughty or sometimes we talk a lot because what happens is that at times maybe, right, there could be multiple reasons, but sometimes maybe we're in a good mood and we don't feel like studying, which happens, and then we may maybe make some noise or something like that. But at the end of the day, when you are in class, always remember that these are the moments that you have to treasure. School is the best time of your life. Trust me when you take it from me, school is the best time. I had the best time of my life when I was in school, okay? So in class, be a good student. And being a good student doesn't mean that always, being the perfect student on paper. Make sure you are respectful. Make sure you're kind to your friends, right? It's important that you do all of this. Self-confidence. Self-confidence is a whole different thing, which I'll maybe do a different class if you are all okay with it, right? 7 self-confidence I will do in a separate one. Yes, if that's okay. Yes or no? Do you want a class on self-confidence? Let me know in the comments of this video, right? Ma'am, what if you're a leader and your fellow students don't like you? What to do? See, let me tell you something. When you are a leader, you have to do the right thing, right? But at the same time, doing the right thing does not mean that you upset people. See, like I said, if people believe in you, they will follow you. They will listen to you. But if you are maybe being authoritative, maybe the way you are communicating is not really accepted by other people, so you can go and talk to them. Hey, what happened? Is there a problem? You can sort it out then and there. Like if there is something you want to talk to me, you tell me, right? So that is something that I want. You can talk it out and you can figure it out. But at the end of the day, if you're a true leader and eventually, right, people will believe in you. So don't worry, right? Okay. Is it important to participate in all quizzes and competitions? Not all, but take part in some of it at least. It is fun. Ma'am, can you summarize what all we have done? Absolutely. We started off today by learning about what is leadership, right? Understanding what it is to be a leader, what are the qualities the leaders have, and what you can do on a day-to-day basis to become a better leader. So make sure that you take whatever chances are there for volunteering, extracurricular, go take that up. Make sure that you're a good listener, right? Make sure that you also believe in other people, right? You should never stop learning. Try to make sure that you are always don't always feel like people will follow you. You make sure that you're a good team and you listen to what others also have to say, right? Okay. Yes, all right. Thank you, Ansh. Thank you. All right. Now, any more doubts before I wind up this class? Otherwise, again, you'll all be like, ma'am, you didn't take doubt, right? How to be confident person? Okay. See, confidence, I would like to take a separate class on it because there are multiple different things. But in terms of confidence, it also comes with a lot of self-belief. So, can I please make sure that I take a different class on it? MLB Dreamer asked me, ma'am, if I'm an introvert, can I be a leader? Absolutely, you can be a leader even if you're an introvert, right? If you're introverted, it's a little more tough because you're very closed in your shell. But see, lot of things comes with changes within us. If for an introverted person who likes to be a little restricted, step number one that I told you, go volunteer. Ideally, you would have never volunteered for things because you feel closed off. But start by volunteering for other things. That way, you'll have a lot more confidence, right? Yes. Okay. All right. See, Tanishka, at the end of the day, talk to your friends about it also. It's very, very important. They can't feel bad, right? Because at the end of the day, if your friends did something wrong, it's your responsibility as a leader to say that. So please talk to your friends and tell them, hey, I know I gave your name right now, but please don't talk in class. Otherwise, I'll be compelled or I might have to give your name once again. So please don't do that, right? Okay, so with this everybody, I think I will wind this up. A lot of you are already telling me I'm 99.7. Exactly, we are very, very close to, 1 lakh subscribers or 100,000 subscribers. I am super excited. I was there right from the beginning of this channel, and now to see 100k subscribers, I am so excited, and that too within a year. Nothing would have happened if it weren't for all of you. So please make sure if you've still not subscribed, those of you who's new, hit the subscribe button on this channel, and at the end of the day, you know that we've got you covered. So if you enjoyed this class, let me know in the comments of this video, and I will see you all soon. But up until then, everybody, take care, lots of love, and bye-bye.